All right, geometry friends, this is day 4. This is for Thursday, September 17th. All right, so yesterday we talked about angles a little bit, where we talked about acute angles or obtuse angles, and those are all things that you know. But more importantly with angles are the pairs of angles. So this is really, really, really important to know. And two of these, well, all of these you should know. Pretty sure you learned them back in 7th grade. All right, so complementary. Complementary, they add up to 90. That's super important. If they are adjacent or right next to each other, they do form a right angle, but just they don't have to be next to each other to be complementary. They often are, but they don't have to be. Supplementary, as you can read, they add up to 180. So you need to make sure you can remember the difference. One way to do it is C comes before S. So 90 comes before 180. That's kind of cheesy. And then vertical angles, these you learned, these are opposite each other when you have two straight lines intersecting. So if I draw a picture over here, I've got two lines intersecting almost. So these are my two vertical angles, and those two are going to be equal. You could also talk about the two obtuse ones here. These are going to be also equal to each other because they're vertical. So you pay attention to that a lot in math class, in geometry anyway. Make an X, when you're looking for an X, and then you've got the angles opposite each other. Those are vertical angles. Okay? So those are really important. So you have to be able to recognize that, because that'll be some information that you may not be told. You just have to know it. So when I look here, angle GEF, that's this top one, and the measure of angle FEM, I'll change colors because I can. FEM, that's this one. So this one is the red one. This other one was the blue one. Okay, the next one, MEH, I'll use green. MEH, that's this one. Oh, wait, I should mark this as green. And then this one as, I don't know, this purple over here. HEG, that's this one over here. Okay, so notice the purple and the red have to be equal to each other. The green and the blue have to be equal to each other. And then look, you've also got straight lines. So you've got some supplementary angles as well, right? If I look at this, I'll try to point this one and this green one. Those are going to be supplementary because they make a straight line. You can also use this one and the green one. Those are going to be supplementary because they make a straight line. So there's lots of things going on that you have to kind of pay attention to. So the first thing I would do is if GEF over here in the table is 120, I'm going to mark the green one, MEH, as 120 because I know that those two are equal because those are vertical. Okay, so these two columns have to be equal all the way down because those two are vertical. And similarly, let's see, green, these two columns have to be equal all the way down because those are vertical angles. So I'm going to go ahead and write those in then because I already know that those have to be true. So if this angle is 45, I know that this one here has to be 45. If this one is 25, I know that this one has to be 25. And I already did the 120, so 150 would have to go over here on the left. And now I know that these two angles are going to be supplementary, which means they're going to add up to 180. So if part of it is 120, I know the other part is 60. Or if part of it is 150, I know the other part is 30, and so on and so forth. So see if you can fill in that table, okay? All right. So now we have some word problems, which of course we always get word problems in geometry. We know that angle A and angle B are complementary. So we know they're going to add up to 90, right? B is 15 more than twice A. Now when I do this, I think, which one of these did that sentence tell me nothing about? And so it says angle B is blah, 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 blah. So it told me about angle B, but it did not tell me about angle A. So I'm going to let angle A be X. So now I'm going to try to change all of these words into some sort of algebra. 15 more than twice A. So how do I do twice A? Well, that's going to be 2x. And 15 more than that, I'm going to add on 15. So this is what I do. And then I know that they're complementary, so I'm going to say x plus 2x plus 15 is equal to 90. And hopefully you can solve that equation. I'm going to go down here. I just want to do these examples. I want to set up the equations. You should fill in the answers for yourselves. The measure of two supplementary angles, S and T, are in the ratio of 7 to 3. Well, did you all learn somewhere, somehow, that if two angles are in a ratio of 7 to 3, that you let one of them be 7x and one of them be 3x? I don't know. That's what I always do it. Whenever I have a ratio, I just throw an x at the end of it. And now if they're supplementary, I can say 7x plus 3x is equal to 180, right? Because supplementary, that's the big ones. And then I just have to make sure I go back and find angle S. This is going to be 10x is 180, or x is 18, because I divided by 10. So I'm called S 7x, so this is 7 times 18, whatever that is. I don't know. I don't have a calculator handy. Okay, let's look at the next one. I think there's only one. Notice down here it says there's going to be a quiz over the first 4 days. So next week there'll be a quiz, but we'll talk about that later. All right, one more. Angle TAP and angle BRE are supplementary. And angle BRE is its own complement. That means with itself it's complementary. So if it's its own complement, that means angle BRE plus angle BRE is going to be 90 because it's its own complement. Well, the only way the same number can add up to 90 is that angle BRE is 45, right? I probably should put a little m here for the measure. Okay, so now it says angle TAP and angle BRE are supplementary. Well, that means they add up to 180. Well, if I already figured out that BRE was 45, now I have TAP plus 45 is equal to 180. So I subtract 45 and I get 135. So the measure of angle TAP is 135. Explain how you arrived at your answer. This math is a good explanation. All right, well, good luck. Make sure you ask questions if you don't understand when you get back to class. All right, have a great